Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's time for another 5-Minute Friday. Today we're going to talk to you about a mistake that I made when I first got into business back in 2019 and the error that I made with my LLC, setting up my LLC, what happened, and how you can avoid that because it wasn't a good situation. It was a mistake that I made. And I want to share this with you because a lot of you who get into business and you look to start your LLC, you become cheapskates. You just want to go online and do it online. You read a book somewhere and you think you know what you're doing, and then you make an error. Well, I'm telling you not to be a cheapskate. I'm telling you to do it the right way. Use the people that know what they're doing that can set this up for you. This is a major part of your business. So don't chintz on this. Okay. Don't take shortcuts like I did, because here's what happened. I went online and I set up an LLC, and I knew, here's the thing that just baffles me to this day about myself, is I knew what I was supposed to do. I had read the book that said you were supposed to open up a Wyoming or Nevada holding company, and then that company owns the local state LLC. I knew it. I read the book. And then I ignored all of that, and I just went online and purchased an LLC for $125 plus whatever the filing fee was a couple $100. And I used my personal name. I'm the managing member on the LLC, on the entity, and my home address as the address. What a stupid move that was, not knowing at the time. So then I go purchase all these properties under the name of said LLC that I opened up. And this is filed with the state. This is recorded with the state and the county. So that means anybody can look it up. You can say, hey, who owns this property over here at 123 Main Street? Oh, well, it's this entity. And who's the owner? Oh, it's this guy. And this is the address, which is my home address. So I'm going to tell you a story that I hope scares you so that you don't make these shortcuts and these mistakes like I did. This was around 2022, I think it was, 21 or 2022. And I'm at home, right? It's my son's birthday party. We got a bunch of people over at the house. And I'm out in the garage. I forget what I was doing. Well, sure enough, some guy walks up to me and he says, Brian O'Neill? And I turn around, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm the neighbor of this person over at the house that you own. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm freaking out, right? And he looked visibly scared. This dude shows up at my house at my son's birthday party. That's how easy it was for him to find me. So we chatted for a little bit, and I said to him, I said, you can't come to my house. Okay, this go file a police report. I'm not going to get into the details of what it was, but there was an altercation between the neighbor and the people that were living in the house, my house. And he felt that he had to come to me to resolve it. And I said, you need to leave, right? It went well. I told my wife about it. Well, she wasn't happy. There's a bunch of people in my house. And I was freaked out. So unfortunately, that can't be undone. Like, I can change the address, but to which I did. I changed it to a new address, a business address. I opened up a business address and changed all that, got my address off of there, but it can always be tracked back to that original address. So that LLC, that entity basically has to go away, and I can't put any new properties in there. Otherwise, I run the risk of that same thing happening again. So don't be stupid like me, okay? And I have a company. I partnered with a company that got me set up the right way to do what I originally learned, what I originally knew I was supposed to do. I have a Wyoming holding company. They have anonymity, so my name will never be released. They have what's referred to as a charging order. And then my holding company owns my local entity. That's the way that I have it set up. That's asset protection, and nobody's going to show up at my house. And I paid a little bit more money to do that, but it's good when you don't have to worry about your wife yelling at you and you got peace of mind and nobody shows up at your house. That company is Prime Corporate Services. I have a special rate with them for LLCs and entities. They do a whole bunch of other stuff as well. I'm going to leave a link in the show notes. You get a free 45-minute to 1 hour call with them, and they could talk to you about your entity, your tax situation. They also do capital funding. They do funding, business funding. They can teach you about that. So go check the link in my bio, and you'll be able to get the call with them. The 5 minutes is up, guys. Make it a great day. Thanks for tuning in.